This is the Hi-Vis Premier League Nike Flight Match Ball for the 21-22 season. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel where real football players do real football reviews. I'm so excited to get on the video, so make sure you subscribe down below, turn on those post notifications and like this video, all links in the description down below, and let's get to reviewing. First, let's get into the prices. You can find this football for retail on many different football websites, which I'll link in the description, for $160 USD, 140 euros, or 125 pounds. Now the colorway is pretty crazy already, but to get more exact with it, we have sport yellow as the base color of this ball, like a bright mustard, and then we have as an accent color blue. As another accent color, we have this bright crimson, as seen as like the circles on the football. And then as the colors of all like the badges and Nike swooshes, we have just white. As of right now of making this video, this is the current football the Premier League is using, as of all the crazy elements that are coming down, and also since it's still in the winter season. Now that we've got that all out of the way, let's get to the actual technical side of the football. Now when this football came out around a year ago, all Nike could ramble on about is how they had 8 years and 1,700 plus hours of testing on this. They use all types of professionals, pro footballers, researchers, all types of things to make this the best flying football on the market. And it pretty much needs to be, as it's used in one of the biggest leagues in the world. Now Nike has been the Premier League ball sponsor for many years, and honestly I think they hit it at the ballpark this year. Especially these winter Hi-Vis balls, they're absolutely amazing, they look beautiful, and they're super easy to find on the pitch too, which is helpful if you're not trying to lose your ball. The reason I say that is because last year when the brand new Nike Flight football came out and I did a review of the white football, I lost it in under 3 months because it looked like everyone else's football. No matter how many times I colored it, at one point I literally colored it all blue so I could find it, and I still couldn't find it at the end of a match. So this thing would be so much easier to find, as nobody has a ball that looks nearly like this that I've ever seen. Not only is the colorway super unique, but also the technology is. Now one thing in this ball that's much different than traditional football is, where's the stitching? This ball is actually molded together and meant to be one fluid football. It also has this aeroscope technology that has like these grooves and texturing on here for a better flight, and supposedly hit a sweet spot every time. Now I actually have seen this work though. Hitting the football, it actually feels really nice. The weight is really great. You do hit a soft spot almost every time. Again, this is a bit more for marketing, so then you get a truer flight and think you're gonna get hit crazy upper 90s every time. But it is pretty cool to hear about and definitely see how much technology they put into the football. Now obviously, as everything that Nike has, the ACC, all condition control, I don't really see this working that much. They do have the badge on here right there. I think it's more just to get you to buy the football and say, wow, I can use it in any conditions. Honestly, it has probably worse grip than the Champions League football back there. And you can notice a difference in wet conditions, but in dry conditions, really on any surface, even on Astro, it is pretty great. They do have something a bit different than the Champions League ball. Instead of those kind of little dots on there, or as in that ball, the little star texturings, it does have a 3D printed texturing, which you can only see in the correct light if you guys can kind of see those micro lines in there. I mean, it kind of helps with the grip of the football as I'm kind of rolling it around my hands, but it doesn't give a crazy impact, a little bit less than the Champions League ball, I would say. Before I got into match balls like the pros use, I wasn't really sure what this particular FIFA quality badge means. It seemed to be on all the highest quality footballs, but what does it really mean? Pretty much match footballs are going to be used in professional settings, go through a series of testing and regulations they must pass to be suitable for the players. So when you see this badge on a match football, it pretty much means you're using the same exact football that the pros would be using on the pitch, which is pretty cool. Now this football is 37% synthetic leather, 33% rubber, 20% polyester, and 10% cotton. Overall, I give this football a good 8 out of 10. Now, not only is the colorway absolutely beautiful and cannot miss your eye, it is some down factors I must mention. First is the price. It's a very pricey football. If you buy it in bulk, you probably can get a better price, but still, most people, including me, would probably only buy a single football. You do get what you pay for in this instance, but again, it is a bit more of a stress factor, especially if you're using it with your mates, and they kick it over the fence, and you have to go look for it somewhere. I lost mine, and it was very awful because I only used it for 3 months, and even though this football can last for a really, really long time, I think you're more likely to lose it before it actually breaks on you. Next thing that's a bit more negative about this football is it is kind of overhyped. The flight is fantastic, but it's not going to make you hit better shots like any other football product. It's pretty much just for marketing. Now, I think one thing that Nike really doesn't lie about here is how the whole football is a sweet spot. Now, I have hit a bad shot with this football, obviously, but I feel like every time I hit it, it's pretty consistent and goes pretty much where I wanted it to go. I also feel like it's a very smooth shot, and I can really follow through on my shot. Now, this football is absolutely great if you want a high quality football that's going to last you a really long time and that's something you can take care of. Or if you're a huge Premier League fan, or just a football fan in general, it's a must have. Now, if you're just someone who's looking for a football that you might be a little rough on, might lose it in the bushes, over the fence, something like that, I think it's a bit better of an investment if you buy a takedown type of this football, then keep on rebuying it, or just grab a whole 5 set or something of that football, then buying each time a new $100+ football. Overall, I definitely think it's worth it to get, but it just means is it worth it for you and what you need it for. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe down below, turn on those post notifications to like this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below or DM me over on Instagram. Also, link in the description down below, and I'll see you on the next one. So, out.